Infinite and grand day, family, and welcome back to Yvette's View. And today I want to talk about moving in motion. I'm going to call this Moving in Motion Monday. Today we are going to be just kind of talking about what that what that actually means to me. So when I came up with the idea of Moving in Motion Monday, it had to do with the physical initially. Exercise, first thing came to my mind. But then I had to think a little bit further than that. Not only do I have to move this body, I need to exercise my mind. I need to build that muscle back up, because there are times when I can think about a word or want to say something and the word just escapes me. I'm going to have to work on that for me. I just noticed that when you make choices and decisions on what you're going to do for yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually, it first comes with a thought. So that's that first muscle that you're going to work is your mind, which therefore after that takes you to making the actual physical movement in the body. And I'll say I've been able to get back to my yoga that I love so much. It's called Bliss Yoga because it's so supported, and everything is about relaxation. Everything is about relaxing of the mind. Everything is about relaxing even your body, because there are times when we're literally walking around and or standing with our shoulders this high up, until we realize, have I been walking around with my shoulders up? But that feels normal because for whatever reason, we're tense all the time. And that particular exercise that I do allowed me to remember to pull my shoulders up, take them back, and drop them down. That way, my posture is going to be a lot straighter, but that's a muscle that hasn't been used a lot. And I can tell when I do that, when I actually do that, just that one little move, it's a muscle that's right in between those, I guess what you call those, the deltoids back there. It can be a little like, wow, is that t-? And it can be a little tense or a little tight, where it should be just kind of like a regular feeling. I love that yoga because it has you working on all three things, which is something I definitely agree with. Is everything that you do is in that trinity. It's always about the mind, body, and spirit, right? So when I am doing that, it keeps me aware of my posture. It keeps me aware of whether my shoulders are rounded or whether they're back. They should be back and down. We should make sure that these shoulders kind of stay down and not up. We're walking around here tense all the time and don't even know it, because you feel like that's your regular way of walking. And it is, because you don't think any different. And when I when I got into this Bliss Yoga, that's what they showed us how to walk. And then I had an aha moment. Okay. And so when I got into this yoga, the Bliss Yoga, they showed us this is how you are to literally walk. We've been walking incorrectly. And even now, even though I know that, I have to pull recall on my own muscle memory. Hey, drop those shoulders. Push that pelvic forward. It's time for you to get your switch on. Because I want my posture to be upright. I don't want that. And I don't want my shoulders up here, which I had noticed in one of my videos. My shoulders was like up here, and I was like, why are your shoulders up by your ears? Relax. So I was like, okay. So if you see that, if you see me do this, that's because I'm realizing that my shoulders are a little uptight. And why are they tight? It's time to it reminds me to get this body moving in motion. For me, it's about the all-inclusive, the whole trinity of the mind, body, spirit. And that means even exercising the mental muscle. The thought to move this body in a different way every day. I get the opportunity to do that. And I'm so forever grateful for that muscle that reminds me every morning or every rising that I rise that this is how I want to start my day. And for me to start my day that way, it also helps me to be calm when I'm driving. When you start your day off in a relaxation mode, even if you running late, you don't panic. You just go, well, I left late. I'll get there when I get there. There's nothing I can do about it. Your mindset just kind of changes. That's what I loved about that particular yoga, because it made you think a lot differently about what you were doing before you did it. And it also made you feel, or it made me feel, like I really wasn't on the same plane as everyone else. It was almost like I was looking outside of myself. I could see how I used to react when I saw other people driving and going off on other people on the road, because I used to do that. I used to have a little road rage. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I used to have a road rage, but once I started doing that exercise and doing it in the rising before I left for my day, it made a big difference. And I want to share with you a little bit of my experience as far as that goes, because when I was able to move that body in motion, I was able to do some things I didn't think my body could do, but I still love to exercise. So that was something I definitely always loved to do. And now that I'm back in the swing of things, it has definitely made a difference in my whole way of doing things. And it definitely even helps my meditation. When I do my separate meditation, it helps me to get into my meditation a lot quicker, because I've already begun my day with a meditation yoga, because it's in relaxation. You're telling your body to relax. You actually can start to feel your body sink into the ground when you're doing certain poses, whether it be a child's pose, and you tell your hip flexors to sink into the ground. You can start to feel your body little by little sink and sink and sink. And I will say, for me, it was kind of mind blowing, because I didn't know that my body was sitting up that high until you tell it to relax, and then your body does what you tell it to do. It was such an awesome experience, guys. I'm telling you, that's why I love that yoga, and I will continue to do that yoga, because I know what it did for me. I know how it made me feel. Even if I was to do weights, if I don't do that yoga first, it's like everything else just doesn't flow. So I make time now. I make time for that, because it's important. And that's why when I talk about moving in motion, even the littlest movements in motion makes a big difference. So if you decide that you want to start moving your body in motion, I'm telling you, it will make a difference in how you think, how you move throughout your day. For me, morning early risings are best for me. So I'll get up a little extra early just so that I can get it in, just so I can get that in, because it's so vitally important to the start of my day, that when I'm out on the street with everyone else, I can see them in a more loving way, in a sense. I can see them in a more understanding, in a sense. I will understand what's kind of going on. Instead of being on the judgment side, it's more on the, oh, okay, you left late, you're frustrated, but there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change that you left late. You can't change that, the traffic light caught you. You can't change that. You have to abide by it's a red light. Now you can choose to go through the red light, but you're taking a chance. And 9 times out of 10, you get frustrated. So to keep that part down, and also the stress level. which we don't realize how much stress we're really under, even when you have to drive just from here to the grocery store. As long as you kind of have your mind set in a calm, cool, and collected way of being, you can definitely give love and send them love and light to whatever situation that they're going through. And it definitely it changes it. It really does change everything. That's just from my experience. I can only speak from my experience of what I experienced when I did it. And I've also done different other yogas, which I really want to get back into the hot yoga, because that one, the hot yoga was getting a lot of impurities out. And even though you're doing certain stretches, it's like your body is like a towel, and you can just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze a lot of impurities that are coming out of your body when you're in that hot yoga. I think I kind of like all types of yoga, but the one that brings me more joy, of course, is the Bliss Yoga, where I get to literally relax and be supported and everything, and still from that part still even build muscle from the inside out. So it's a different way of building muscles, a different way of breathing, learning how to breathe a little bit differently as well, how to slow your breathing down and breathing in and out. I mean, it's just a whole lot of movements in motion. And even with all of that is aligning, it's also aligning those cells. Those get to breathe as you're breathing in deeply, because we don't breathe, fully like we're supposed to. So it's just so many benefits to moving this body and getting this, getting your body in motion. There's so many benefits to it. It just helps you with all three: mind, body, spirit. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave you here with this beautiful, wonderful Monday, and to remind you that it's okay to get this body to be moving in motion, and you will love how you feel every day that you do it. Every day you're gonna love it, even if you feel like it's not gonna be a good day. If you do that, it can literally change your mind about how you're gonna look at the world that day. It just, at least that's my experience. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Who knows? It could just be me. I could be on a whole nother plane. I don't know. But at least I want to share that with you, that's a possibility, that just getting this body in motion and moving in motion can change not just your physical, but it can change your mental and your spiritual. So with that being said, family, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, hit the word all, so that you're notified every time I drop a video. Peace.